I built my dream phone store in 90 days, and I built it up from phone flipping and reselling on eBay, and everything was great. It was in Philadelphia, and I was on my way to being the person I've always dreamed of being. But in about 3 months, I got slapped with an eviction notice on the door. And I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 key catastrophic moves that I've made or mistakes, and how you could actually gain from my mistake and learn from how I made the wrong choices. And it is sad, but at the same time, it taught me a lot. And if you're somebody that owns a phone store or wants to own a phone store, these are very important mistakes and lessons for you to know before you make that jump, or for you to know while you are owning that store to prevent you from going through something similar. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. If you don't know who I am, my name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in phone flipping and reselling and helping you guys make an extra income. And to be completely honest and fair, guys, I am so thankful not only for my supporters, but the people that are taking advantage of the raffle. Now, I just did a live stream on Tuesday that gave away the person that won the AirPod for last month. You want to participate in this raffle where you're going to be getting a 12-piece product resellers kit. You just need to comment below, make sure you're subscribed, and you have that bell notification. It's important for you to have that bell notification because the bell is going to let you know when I go live announcing the winner. Every comment that you put on my videos from here on out, because I will be posting more, you are going to be entered each comment. So if you comment something, I'm going to put your name in the randomizer 1 time. If you comment 5 times, I'm going to put it in there 5. The more you comment, the better chance you have of winning this product box, okay? And this is going to give you products where you can keep or resell. All right, now let's get into the video and let's go and talk about the first mistake. Okay, so if you don't know, I started from nothing. My mom kind of made me reset. She took me to Jersey for education purposes. I learned a lot. I didn't get good grades, and she told me if I don't go to college, I could get out of her house. I didn't want to go to college. I had to get out of her house. When I built myself up to have enough money to go ahead and secure a phone store, the phone store was empty. I remember walking in and it just being a store, right? Nothing there. And I remember the pressure that I had because, see, when you start obtaining the things that you actually dreamed of or dreamt of, nah, I can't lose this because everybody knows I have it. First thing I realized was I need inventory. I need products. The walls were empty. There was no slate wall. There was no grid wall. And these are walls, of course, that you hang products on. So I had to go and get furniture. I spent about $5,000 on furniture. So spending $5K on just the aesthetics alone was interesting because I wanted to make it look like an Apple store, so they're kind of like simple. But now I gotta get product. I went straight to AliExpress and brought a bunch of products. The issue was it took about a month after I planned on opening for all of the products to actually come. You know, I know that I'm a wholesaler and you can get products in the United States shipped to you within 2 days. You could do this at wesply.com, all resellers, without any LLC, resellers permit, or even a business license in general. You can get wholesale. The reason I created that company is because of this. I had no way of finding a distributor in Philly or anywhere that did not require me to have these permits and license. So I was kind of limited to just dealing with AliExpress and Alibaba. The problem was these products were very low quality. Hence, when I would sell these products like iPhone 7 headphones and I would sell them to customers, they would return them. And I became the store that sold cheap stuff. I became that store where you go because you want to buy something cheap, but you know it may not last. And this was something that bothered me because I was like, I wanted to have quality. I wanted to be more, and I was. This started getting me a lot of chargebacks and a lot of customer problems in the neighborhood. My main intention was to be a store that sold accessories, but I had to kind of shift to repairs just to stay afloat. So to avoid this, I definitely would say go to a website or a company like mine, wesply.com. You don't have to go to mine exactly, but make sure if you are getting inventory, one, you know your target market. Are you targeting people that are trying to get low cost products? Are you targeting people that go to places like Five and Below? Or are you targeting people that that rather go to Best Buy because they want something that works and knows that they have a warranty attached. You have to know exactly who you are targeting so that your customers are happy and continue to come back. Word to mouth is very important, especially when you're a physical store. Now, the next mistake I made was hiring my friends. So believe it or not, when I first started my store, I was scared. I didn't want to be in my store alone. So I hired my friends immediately. I didn't want to have to do any type of hiring and get a random person around thousands of dollars of phones and inventory. Now, these were people I could trust. The problem you run into when you are hiring friends, they don't care about it as much as you. The problem a lot of entrepreneurs have, especially when you're hiring friends, you expect them to care just as much as you care. No, okay? They don't care. Now, they may act like they care and they may care a little bit, but they don't care to the point to where you do. Therefore, they may come late and you may get upset. You may lose money and then you look at them and they're good and you're like, well, yeah, because you didn't have to put anything in it. This is a really hard pill to swallow, and it was something that was a detriment to my business. What ended up happening is I allowed one of my friends to become a partner. He didn't have to put no money up. All he had to do was become the manager of my store and manage my employees. And he did it, but at the same time, he did it when he wanted. You think they'll protect your brand because they know you, but they won't because they don't have that brand, right? And they also don't understand what it takes. Sometimes friends join knowing that they're not interested in that business, but they do care about you. So they just try, and it hurts you in the long run. So what I would do is not try and hire friends. If anything, you know those acquaintances that you have that are not friends, but you know them or they know your friend. You want to hire those type of people, not strangers, people that are attached to somebody you know, where you know that if they do you wrong, the person you know can reach them so you can reach them. The third mistake, to be honest, hurts me even talking about. My store was doing great. I was making money. I was in a position to where I was almost hitting 10K monthly. My landlord saw it. My landlord, the second month, saw that we had drones outside with signs and we were doing a bunch of unique things no other stores were doing. So this landlord comes into my store one day and says, hey, Brandon, I would like to talk to you. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I wanted to know if you were interested in expanding. I'm like, what you mean? He says, well, you can expand and I will not charge you for rent. I'll come in as a partner. I'll get you more locations around the city. Me and you could work together. Thought about it, pondered. I ended up doing it. I remember signing a contract. He pulled me out of my store. I went into his car and there was 3 other gentlemen in the car. I signed the contract. The signature he used was a different signature than his name. I never really realized it until I found out that I went into business with his whole family, not just him. So I had to split profit between like 6 people. And that's a part of why I lost my store. I couldn't maintain the inventory and also pay my bills, splitting that profit that way. Even if we were splitting it, it still would be more responsibility on me. It's my brand. So I completely botched that and had to learn the hard way, which we'll talk about in a second. So on top of bringing my landlord into my business, I also brought my girlfriend at the time. One of the worst mistakes I think I've ever made in my life. Until this day, I literally am paying for it. And I want to explain what I mean. It's nothing wrong or nothing against her. It's just when you're bringing a personal relationship into a business, you have to realize that not everybody's going to be logical. Some people are going to be emotional. There were times where I'm interviewing women and I will come into a room with another surprise guest, mean mugging me and making me feel uncomfortable in my own store. There's times where I ask that person to fill in for me for something and they didn't show. There's times when we get in an argument and then that person ends up doing something that stops me from going and opening my store. There's been a bunch of things. And I would definitely say separate business from personal, because what I've learned is not even just when they help you destroy your business, after that, they'll always try to throw things in your face. They'll try to tell other people a story that didn't exist, that they envision or remember in their head. And it becomes really bad. Lastly, definitely not knowing my profit margin or keeping up with the profit margin. When you buy products, you think about, okay, how much can I sell this product for? But do you actually think about how you're going to replace it? How I said I was buying from AliExpress and Alibaba, right? Well, I was buying, but when I brought it, the package came, I wasn't reordering any products. So I would frequently run out of products and then order and then have to wait 2 weeks. And this was bad because then my customers did not feel like waiting, so they went somewhere else. Now, I do want to make this very clear. I was 19 years old, okay? I was young, okay? But very bad mistakes, and you definitely want to monitor your profit margins. And the tip I can give you guys is if it costs you lower than $10, make sure that the profit margin is around 65 to 75%. If it costs you above like $50, the profit margin may need to be around 45 to 50%, maybe 35 to 45, or 35 to 47. The more you have to pay for the device, the less profit you're going to make. The least you have to pay, the more profit you can make. So low ticket items are very, very important, especially when it comes to impulsive buyers. Now, if you haven't watched my phone flipping 5 mistakes that I've made, I've lost over $4,300 phone flipping. And I break down the mistakes that I've made doing that right here. You guys should definitely check this out. I'm telling you right now, this is something that I wish I knew. And if you are somebody interested in phone flipping, definitely go ahead and learn right there. If you guys want to join the raffle, make sure you comment below, turn that bell on, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.